Hey, good morning. My name's Martha Adams. I'm going to be the judge presiding over initial appearances here this morning. I believe in Osceola, I have for the Public Defender's Office, are you Mr. is it Carboni?
Carbone, Your Honor.
Carbone. Okay. Mr. Carbone, we'll go ahead and get started. Do I have a Rashawn Arno?
Your Honor, I'd like to make a probable cause argument.
In regards to what aspect?
All three charges. The conspiracy as well as the possession. Your Honor, first there is an admission from the co-defendant that he had the gun. Additionally, in the middle of the arrest affidavit, the statement by David Workham, the original 911 caller, he stated that he sees a driver is at the back of the truck who shuts the truck. Then he states that the passenger is the one who gets out of the car with the gun and drops it over the fence. Those are two different people. Mr. Arno is the driver of the vehicle, the person without the gun. And as stated in the arrest affidavit, he is the one simply moving the items from the budget truck. Additionally, there is no information in the four corners of the document that there was any knowledge or any sort of agreement by Mr. Arno and Mr. Telford that they were, in cahoots together in terms of the gun. So I believe there's no probable cause to charge him with the possession of the gun, nor is there any probable cause to charge him with the conspiracy of the weapon.
Okay. On behalf of the State Attorney's Office, I have Ms. Isa Skelton.
Isa Skelton for the
Isa.
state.
And Ms. Skelton, did you wish to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor. The state respectfully requests 24 hours to get more information.
Okay. So, Mr. Carbone,
Judge?
I can do a, go ahead.
I'm sorry, Jennifer Dunkirk with pretrial release.
Yeah.
I just want to add that Mr. Arnox he meets the criteria for a direct pretrial release. His last conviction was a 2017 for a traffic case, and he'd be a great candidate, Judge.
Well, and Mr. Carbone, I was going to suggest that I can either give the state the 24 hours to seek the probable cause, or I can just go ahead and, I don't know necessarily that there's probable cause for two charges. I do think that there's probable cause for probably knowing that the firearm with the conspiracy, but I would give him pretrial release. So I could do pretrial release as to everything, and then that would get him out, or I can hold him until tomorrow and let the state have some more information.
Your Honor, we'll take pretrial release.
Okay, let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll see what the state files. They may agree with you as well. But Mr. Arno, we'll go ahead and release you on straight pretrial release. I'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you as well, okay?
Thank you.
Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
I'll put probable cause on one charge, but that I'm releasing him on straight pretrial release. And then on, let's do it this way. Yes, just put PC, PTR. Yeah, thank you. Let's do it that way. Okay, the next case I have is Litzy Cruz Molion.
She's approaching.
Okay.
We'd like to waive the reading of the charges, Your Honor.
Okay. I did find that there is probable cause. I did want to look.
Judge, Ms. Cruz has no criminal history.
Right. So she would not qualify just based on the charges alone, correct?
Bond with a pretrial release
Okay.
due to the fact that it's a 907.
Okay. So, ma'am, what I'm going to do is I will find that there's probable cause. I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you based on my reading of the information and what the officers wrote in there. I'm going to reduce the bond to $2,000 plus pretrial release on count 1. On count 2, I'll make it $100 plus pretrial release. Ma'am, I am going to order that you not have any contact with the co-defendant in this case. That being said, it's my understanding you two live together. Do you?
Yes.
Okay. Do you own the house or does he own the house? Or are you renting?
We're renting.
And you're both on the lease?
Well, it's my sister's house. We're renting from her.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead, because my guess is you're going to get out first anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and say that you can go back to the home, but that he's not going to be able to go back to that home. So, and I'm going to order that you not have any contact with him. Okay? I'm also going to order that you not possess or consume any alcoholic beverages or controlled substances while you're on release as a condition of that pretrial release. Okay, ma'am, you are all set. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Next, I have Franklin Gomez Cocaron. Okay.
Judge, Mr. Gomez does not have any criminal history.
Okay. Okay. His sheet was a little bit different. Okay, so sir, I am going to find that there's probable cause. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I'll do
Your Honor,
a. Okay. So why don't I do a $100 bond plus pretrial release as a condition?
Your Honor,
you-
in terms of
Go ahead.
pretrial release, my client and the alleged victim, they do work together. So we'd ask for no hostile contact. I understand that the alleged victim does have to put in some input, but they do work together. So we would just ask for the court to consider no hostile contact.
Judge, I actually got to speak to the alleged victim. She's requesting no contact, no return, and will be filing an injunction against Mr. Gomez, and that she also requests no contact at employment. And she advised that she's already spoke to HR at the employment that they both work at.
Yeah, without her being present, I would do a no contact order. I can certainly encourage him to stay in contact with his attorney and get back in front of the trial judge to see if they can change that at some point.
Okay.
But I would issue a no contact order between the two of them. Now, I do understand they live separately, so that's good. And then I'll just also order that he not possess any weapons or firearms while he's out on release. Okay, Mr. Gomez, you're all set. Thank you.
Thank you.
Employment, 500 feet.
Um,
Can't go back to work.
Is this Gabriel Antonio Gonzalez?
Your Honor, just going back to the Franklin Gomez Cocaron matter,
Yeah.
I know there's no contact and you can't be within 500 feet of the alleged victim, but they do still work together. I know he works night shifts and she works day shifts. I just don't want my client to violate PTR based on them just being around within 500 feet of one another at the place of employment.
How about I'll put that it's a no contact order except for while they're at work. It's a no hostile contact. We'll leave
Thank
it
you.
that way. because there are at least witnesses all around for that, so,
Absolutely.
okay. Okay, so next I have Gabriel Antonio Gonzalez. Is that the gentleman in the back?
He's in the back.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. There's a warrant. We'd like to waive the reading of the charges. I don't know if we need to bring him up here because with
No,
the
that's
warrant, there's
fine.
probable
He
cause.
can stay where he is. There's probable cause. I am gonna, I didn't find probable cause. The judge that signed the warrant did. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent him. Based on the charges, the bond will be set at none and remain at none. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Judge, Mr. Gonzalez is currently out on bail in Orange County case 2020 MM402, battery domestic violence. He's set for trial with Judge Bell. Did you want to take any action on that?
This was for an incident that occurred. I will not at this time, but I'm sure the state can notify Judge Bell's prosecutors and let them know. I'm just concerned because the warrant is for an incident that occurred back in January. I'm not sure when the DB case happened. Okay, thank you. Catherine Garcia Rodriguez.
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. She's in detox.
Can we
Okay.
reset her, Judge?
Maybe
Yeah.
we set her to Monday, not tomorrow.
Not tomorrow. Okay, yeah, I can reset her for Monday then. Okay.
Catching a cold. With this coronavirus going on, should I keep these 10 cents?
Okay, the next case I have is Stacy Hatmaker.
Your Honor, she's in detox as well.
You
You
want,
can just roll her to tomorrow.
okay, I'll roll her to tomorrow. She's at the bottom. How about a Charles Ike? Okay, good morning, Mr. Ike. You are here on a 2-count charge. I do find that there's probable cause. I'll go ahead and find, like I said, that there's probable cause. I'll keep the bond set at $1,000 on count 1, $500 on count 2. It's a $1,500 total. I do see that you're currently out on bond.
That's Osceola County case, Judge, 19 CF 3744, domestic battery by strangulation.
Do you know what its status is? Is it currently set for trial?
It's currently set for court on March 11th. I believe it's pretrial, Judge, with Judge Wooten.
So the state has filed on the charge? Okay.
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Ike, being out on bond and committing a new law violation, I am going to revoke the bond in that felony charge with Judge Wooten. We'll go ahead and let him know, and if the public defender wasn't appointed in that case, we'll go ahead and appoint them to represent you, and you can get back in front of him if you want to see if you can do a bond hearing with him. Okay? Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Felix Jerez. Sir, I have a couple of matters here with you today. Let me just get. So, there was a warrant that was signed by Judge Kranek. He determined there was probable cause. Now, he set your bond at none, but you are entitled to a bond on that case.
I'm sorry, Judge, which one are we talking about?
Right now,
He's
I'm,
got three.
right, I'm on the domestic violence, battery by strangulation, and a simple battery.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. So on that one, sir, I will go ahead and set your bond at $1,000 on count one, $100 on count two. I am going to order that you not have any contact with the alleged victim in this case. That is going to mean that you are not to return to that location. If there are any items that you need to get at that location, I will allow you to do so one time with law enforcement officers. Then I will also appoint the public defender's office to represent you. On the second case, which is a grand theft of a motor vehicle, that is also a case that was already found probable cause. The state filed an information. The bond has already been set on that at $1,000. I'll keep it at $1,000. I will also appoint the public defender's office to represent you. The third and last case is the violation of probation. In 2019, MM 3417, based on the fact that you have picked up these new law violations while being out on probation, your bond will be set at none on that one, but you will also have the public defender's office appointed to represent you. Okay, you're set, sir. Good luck to you. Thank you. Patrick Loudermilk?
Patrick.
Okay, good morning, sir. You are here on a charge of retail theft. I have reviewed the charges. I do find that there's probable cause. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Your bond will be set at $500. Now, sir, I am showing that you are currently out on bond on two cases. One is DUI in 2019 CT 11846. That's out of Brevard County. You also have a bond, you're also out on a Osceola County case, which is 2019 CF 4335. My only question to pretrial services or corrections is, do we know what the status is of that Osceola County case? Does it currently have any dates?
Yeah, actually, Judge, with the Osceola County case, the 19 CF 4335,
Yes.
it is on demand. He bonded on January 2nd.
So they haven't filed any charges yet?
No, Judge.
Okay.
And hold on a moment, Judge. And yeah, and there was 2 charges in there, I believe.
Okay. Mr. Loudermilk, I'll cut you a break today just because the state hasn't filed on the new law violation, or the old one at this point, but you've got to stay out of trouble. I can't guarantee that the judge in Brevard County doesn't find out about this charge and revoke your bond, okay? So please stay out of trouble. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
So, Judge, you're taking no action on the Brevard and the Osceola County case that he is out on bond on?
Correct.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Okay, the next case I have is Johnny Medina.
Your Honor, we'd like to waive the reading of the charges.
Okay. Okay, Okay, good morning, Mr. Medina. You are here on an active arrest warrant that was already signed by Judge Kest. It does give you 4 counts. He set the bond at none. I do believe, though, he is entitled to a bond. Based on that, I will go ahead and set count 1 at $5,000, count 2, $150, count 3, $150, count 4, $150. I will also appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Kevin Torres Lopez.
We'd also like to waive the reading of these charges, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Mr. Torres Lopez, I do have 3 matters that are in front of me, though. The first one is the driving while license suspended or revoked charge. I am finding probable cause. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office. The bond will be $500. The second one is a warrant out of Osceola County in case number 20 CF 667. The probable cause order was signed by the judge, and the bond was set at $5,000 on count 1, $7,500 on count 2, and I'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. The third case is the new law violation. I'll go ahead and I do find that there's probable cause. So we'll keep the bond set at $50,000 on count 1, $500 on count 2. I've also ordered that you have no contact with your co-defendant in this case. And so that may mean that you may have to maintain a separate residence from her if and when you're able to bond out. Okay? You do, if I didn't say it, you do have the PD on all 3. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Keone White. Or is it Keone? Okay. Mr. White, you are here on a charge of driving while license suspended or revoked. Well, that's the first matter. I will go ahead and keep your bond set at $500 and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Sir, on the second case, this is a violation of probation. Your bond will be set at none. Based on the fact that you have the violation of probation, my guess is it's not only based on this new law violation, but the charges that you're out on bond are for. So I'll take no action on the 2018 CF 14. No, that's not the right case number, is it? Is that it? Okay, well, I'll take no action on that one. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
So Judge, just for clarification, you're taking no action, the case he's out on bond, 18 CF 1495 or 93?
Yeah, because I thought that was what was violating this probation. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Witness is available over. I have items for available witness.
Yeah, I'll let them figure that out. Yes, that's what I will do.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Misty White. Okay, good morning, Miss White. You are here on a charge of violation of conditions of domestic violence release order. I do find that there's probable cause. The case, I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I am gonna go ahead and set your bond at $500 on this case. I am gonna order that you have no contact with the victim, that you maintain separate residences, you not possess any weapons or firearms. Now, based on the fact that you are currently out on bond in case number 2019 CF 4223, I am gonna revoke that bond. The bond will be set at none. If the public defender's office was not previously appointed, I will appoint them to represent you. Okay, good luck to you, ma'am, thank you. Esteban Chacon Delgado.
Your Honor, that was a clerical error. He's already in custody on that case.
What, he's already had an IA?
I believe so, Your Honor,
Yes,
according
Judge.
to pretrial.
Okay. No
We
worries.
asked for him to be removed from today's docket.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
They said he was already had an IA. You want me to take it out or just keep it like that? Okay. How about Josue Rivera?
We'd also like to waive the reading of the charges of this one.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Rivera. I have reviewed the charging affidavit in this case. I am going to find that there is probable cause. The bond will be set at $50,000 on count 1, $10,000 on count 2. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you, okay? That was, okay. You're all set. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. The last case I believe I have is Anthony Suarez Diaz.
Yes, Your Honor, he's in the box in the back.
Okay,
One
Mr.
moment.
Suarez Diaz, this is a warrant that was signed previously by a judge. They found probable cause. They also set your bond at $7,500 on count 1, $1,500 on count 2, $1,500 on count 3, and I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Okay? You're all set, sir. Thank you.
What are the charges?
I waived it for you. I'll talk to you about it.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay, that's everything I had for today. Was there anything else that we needed to discuss?
I see no hands, Your Honor. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. See you
Thank you,
tomorrow.
Judge.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Did I want to interrupt just to inform you the Spanish interpreter is on the line?
Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. We do have 2 Spanish cases. The interpreter's been previously sworn this morning.
Yes, Your Honor. Alan Figueroa, State Certified Spanish Code Interpreter.
Okay. The first case I have is Jonathan Santana Ventura. Sir, can you tell me your name?
Jonathan Santana.
Okay. And did I miss this?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Is this one of the Spanish cases?
Yeah, I thought it was, but I don't think it is. Hold on.
Oh,
Okay. Did,
I think the victim needs the
the interpreter. Are you Trini Castillo? ¿Hablas español?
Yes.
Okay, so I believe it's Miss Castillo that needs the interpreter. So,
understood, Your Honor.
ma'am, I'm going to swear you in.
Levante la mano derecha, por favor, para prestar juramento, señora.
Sí.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
¿Jura decir la verdad, solo la verdad y nada más que la verdad?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down.
Baja la mano.
Give me just a second. I need to discuss some things with Mr. Santana and his attorney, and then I'll come right back to you in a second.
Deme un segundo, por favor, señora. Voy a tener una conversación primero con el señor Santana y con su abogado y ya después regresaré a hablar con usted, ¿bien?
Okay.
Okay.
So, Mr. Santana, I have reviewed the charges, and I am finding that there's probable cause. I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'm now going to talk to her just for a second. Ms. Castillo, normally in these types of cases, I would order that you and the defendant have no contact. But you're here, so I wanted to know what your thoughts were on that.
Señora Castillo, usualmente en este tipo de casos se le prohíbe el contacto al acusado con la víctima, pero ya que usted está aquí, quisiera preguntarle cuál es su opinión al respecto o si tiene algo que decir.
Yo no quiero nada malo para él ni para mí. O sea, yo llamé para que simplemente calmaran una discusión que había entre nosotros dos. No es para que nos alejen a nosotros dos de nuestra familia.
I don't want anything bad to happen to him nor myself. I called that night so that they will come and just kind of dissipate the argument that was going on between us, not for him to be apart from the family or anything like that.
Okay. So if I'm hearing you correctly, you would like him to come back home?
Entonces, si entiendo lo que está diciendo, ¿usted quiere que él regrese a la casa?
Claro.
Of course.
Okay. So he does qualify for pretrial release. So I'll go ahead and release him on a straight pretrial release, but with the conditions that he have no hostile contact. So, sir, no fighting, no arguing. Ma'am, just so you understand, the no hostile contact means no fighting and no arguing.
Bien, él reúne los requisitos para la libertad provisional. Dado eso, él se le emitirá la libertad condicional con las siguientes condiciones. 0 comunicación hostil. Señora, para que entienda, 0 comunicación hostil significa que él no puede pelear ni discutir con usted ni hacer nada agresivo.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
¿Tiene usted
sí,
alguna duda, señora?
Pero sí va a regresar a la casa.
But he is coming back to the house.
Yes.
Sí.
Okay?
Bien.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're all set. Thank you.
Your Honor, just for the interpreter, may I please have the case number?
Yes, sir. It is case number 2020 MM 1629AO.
Thank you.
Sir, what is your name? Oh, okay. I think this gentleman needs the interpreter. He's putting his headphones on as we speak. Sir, what is your name?
Melvin David Girón Alcerro.
Okay. Sir, I do have a charging affidavit here that has charged you with 3 counts of leaving the scene with injuries. I did find that there's probable cause. I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Count 1 will remain at $2,500. Count 2 will be $150. Count 3 is $100. He does qualify for pretrial release, though. Let me,
He appeared to have no criminal history, Your Honor.
right. So, sir, what I'll do is I'll keep the bond, set it as I did before, but I'll also put or pretrial release. So you can talk to the officers in the back, and if you have somebody that wants to post your bond, they can do that, or if you'd rather get out with pretrial release, you can do that as well. The only condition that I'll add is that you not drive without a valid driver's license. Okay, you're all set, sir. Thank
Okay.
you.
May I have that case number as well, Your Honor?
Sorry, I keep forgetting that. That one is 2020 CF 2773AO.
Thank you, Your Honor. Don't worry, it happens all the time.
And I have the next gentleman, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Jonathan Valencia.
Okay. So his case number is 2020 CT 1558AO. And sir, you are here on a charge of driving under the influence. Okay, so I'm going to keep your bond set at $1,000. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you.
Your Honor, would you have any objection to an RR in this case? He seems to only have one conviction on his criminal record, which was back in 2012. And because of his criminal history, he'll probably qualify for a pre-child diversion program downtown.
The problem is he didn't want to talk to anybody in pretrial release, so why should I give him the benefit of getting out without a bond?
Okay.
I'm assuming that's why he doesn't qualify, correct? Here's what I'll do. I'll set his bond at $1,000 or pretrial release. If he decides that he would like to cooperate with the pretrial release officers and talk to them, he can at least get out on that. Mr. Valencia, make sure you understand, you are not to drive without a valid driver's license. Right now, your ticket is your driver's license for the next 10 days, but then the suspension goes into effect unless you talk to an attorney. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Giselle Camacho.
Giselle Camacho.
Ms. Camacho, you are here on a charge of trespassing. I do find that there is probable cause. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you.
Yo entendí una parte que dijo que yo tengo que antes.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand that part that you said that I have what?
No sé qué cosa criminal.
Something criminal, you said.
Yes, it's a criminal charge of trespass.
Oh,
Can she plea out to this?
solo estaba tratando de hacer un choca sobre el parqueo. No.
I was just trying to take a shortcut through the park.
Well, let me ask you a question. Would the state be okay if she wanted to plea out to a time served?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Ms. Camacho, would you like to resolve your case today? I would adjudicate you guilty and give you time served. So that would give you 1 day time served, and then you would owe court costs. I would give you a year to pay that back. Or would you like to try to get out of jail and talk to an attorney?
Sí. No, yo necesito, quiero saber, yo les decía, si hago el plea culpable, me dejan salir hoy.
Your
No,
Honor,
I just want to resolve it. If I plead guilty, then I can get out today.
Well, but I might let you get out today without having to plead to the charge. I just wanted to know if you wanted to resolve it and not have to come back to court, or would you like to get out and maybe talk to an attorney about the case later?
O sea, yo quiero resolverlo hoy si se puede, pero ¿cómo sería? ¿Cuál sería el proceso? No entiendo. O sea,
I would like to resolve it today if it's possible. What would be the process? That's what I'm not quite understanding.
si
I would have you sign a plea form that says that you're admitting to the charge of the trespass or pleading no contest. And then I would have you adjudicated with time served of 1 day, and then you would have court costs. They're $273, and I give you a year to pay that back.
Your Honor,
pero eso quiere decir que me van a soltar hoy.
Okay, but does that mean that I'm going to be out today?
Yes.
Your Honor, would you have any objections to a withhold? This will be her first Florida conviction.
Yeah, now that I have this, that's fine.
Also, could we not be appointed? Maybe she could do it pro se, so to save her the $50 PD lien?
Yeah, I wasn't going to appoint you.
Okay.
I was assuming you were just talking to her as a friend.
Yeah, that's all it was.
Okay, so ma'am, do we have a plea form that she can sign?
Right.
Can you sign that for me? Okay, so Ms. Camacho, I have the plea form that you signed. Did you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest?
Yes,
Guilty.
And has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter that plea today?
no,
No.
And do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entering this plea could subject you to deportation?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am, I will withhold adjudication. I'll give you credit for the day that you served previously in the Orange County Jail and assess court cost. And like I said, I'll give you a year to pay those court costs back. Okay, if you head on out, they'll let you out in just a little bit, okay? Good luck to you. Thank you.
Your Honor, would you have any objections to reducing those court costs to a civil judgment?
Can do that. But thank you. Okay, you're all set. Thank you.
okay, thank you so much. Okay, have a good day.
Hey, the interpreter might get that one last case number, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. That one was
20 MM 1635.
Thank you.
okay, and I
Any more
believe
Spanish
that,
cases?
yep, that was it for Spanish. Thank you so much.
No problem, Your Honor. You have a wonderful rest of your weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Hi, good morning, sir. What's your name?
Rico Fisher.
Fisher? Okay.
Your Honor, for the record, my name's Kenneth Thomas. I'm
Okay.
here to represent Mr. Fisher today.
Okay, so,
Judge, if I may,
yes.
there's really only one issue Mr. Fisher has before the court he would like the court to consider. There were bonds set at each and every one of the counts. I guess there are 5 counts, but there's one count alleged in trafficking in oxycodone. I believe the facts, as I read them on the arrest report, is that the police stopped him for some reason in his car, in this Infiniti 2013. And when they pulled him over, they said they smelled marijuana. Somehow they found a little bag of marijuana. And from there, they got him to release one of his handcuffs, so he reached down in himself and pulled out some pills. I don't know whether or not it's been tested to be actually oxycodone or some other sort of pills. The law enforcement officers made a presumption that he was a trafficker because he had so many pills. Post Miranda, he said that he's an addict, he's addicted to drugs, and he uses those drugs. It's not for sale. There's no other evidence that he was trafficking other than the amount of pills there were. He's not a flight risk. Matter of fact, one of my nephews is close friends to his brother, grew up with him over in Cocoa. I'm from Cocoa myself. And I've been living in Orlando myself for over 20-something years. He's been living in Orlando since 2012. He has a daughter, and he's taken care of. He has a job locally as a barber. He's not a flight risk. Matter of fact, out of all the 5 cases that he has so far, the one I would go to trial on today would be the trafficking charge. What we're asking the court to do is reduce that $100,000 bond. He probably could pay a $10,000 bond on that one.
Okay. And I'm assuming, is he going to keep you as his attorney? Or you
I'm
haven't really-
assuming he does, Judge. I'm not soliciting him to do so, but I think once he gets his freedom, he has a right to choose whatever lawyer he wants to pick.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so I do see that the jail change, or Orange County Corrections, I guess the officer had it wrong as 100,000. It's really supposed to be 1 million? Is that how I'm reading that?
That's the way it looks like in the system, Judge.
Okay. So I'm assuming you don't like the million any better.
Judge, I looked at the standing order from back in 2013. Since that time, it's been $100,000.
So obviously, Mr. Fisher, I don't expect you to comment on this at all, but the problem is if you have a certain number of pills, they're automatically going to charge you with trafficking. Unfortunately, because we're in this era of opioid epidemics, that's just how the bond schedule works. So based on what you told the law enforcement officers, though, I'm okay with setting a bond. But he does qualify for pretrial release?
Yes.
Okay. Would he prefer to be on pretrial release?
Would you rather check in with the pretrial and they'll just release you?
What is the pretrial program? I have no understanding.
Okay. Instead of having the bond out, you just have to stay in contact with pretrial. You have to check in with them once a week, as opposed to paying a bond to get out. Judge, he discussed it with him. He said he'd do that.
Okay. My only concern about that is that they're going to test you and make sure that you don't take any drugs while you're on release. Are you going to be able to do that?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Just for the record, Judge, he's already stated he's a user, and when they test him, they're probably going to find something in the system.
And that's my only concern, sir, because I don't want to set you up to fail. I mean, I'm not criticizing you for your issues, but I certainly don't want to put you in a position where I have as a condition of your release that you not possess or consume any controlled substances, and then you try to cut cold turkey and end up in the hospital, or try to detox on your own, or test positive and get locked back up again, because he's going to have a harder time making the argument to get you out on a lesser bond.
I put my family through enough, ma'am.
Okay.
Reduce that bond. They gave you some time to think about it. Whether you want to bond out or whether you want to.
No, I'm doing pretrial.
He said he'll do the pretrial release.
Okay. Sir, I will go ahead and release you on a straight pretrial release. I am going to order that you not possess or consume any controlled substances. I will give them, I'll give you 5 days before they test you at the bare minimum. So you don't have anything in your system. And then you'll just continue to check in with them, and we'll go from there, okay? Good luck, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
You may, thank you. Mr. Ruth, who are you here for?
I have Joseph Washington. Judge.
Okay.
Your Honor, was probable cause found in Mr.
Yes.
Fisher? Okay.
Yes. Sorry, I just.
No problem.
For the record, Attorney J. Ruth, behalf of Joseph Washington.
Okay. So I'm going to come back to her in just a second. Mr. Washington, you are here on 2 cases. I'm going to note that Mr. Ruth is your attorney for right now, so I won't appoint the public defender's office. Is it Taya Glover?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you raise your right hand for me? as best you can. Do you swear or affirm that you will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it's my understanding that you and Mr. Washington are in a relationship. Is this the child that he's the father of?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And who is this?
Bastion?
Bastion. He's very cute. So normally in these types of situations, I do issue a no contact order, which would mean he would not come home and he would not have any contact with you. You're here today so we can hear from you. What are your thoughts about that?
We honestly only have each other in Florida. There's no other family. There's nobody else to help take care of him, so I would like contact.
Okay. If I issue, so what I'm hearing is you're telling me that you want him to come home because you need his help. I'm a little concerned about your safety, though. Are you concerned about your safety?
No, ma'am. He's not a threat to me. I don't feel as though he's a threat.
Okay. So what I can do is issue a no hostile contact, and then that would mean that there's no fighting or arguing. So if he gets mad at you and even yells at you, you have the right to call the police. Are you okay with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Ruth, was there anything else you wanted to let me know?
No, Judge, just a standard bond.
Okay. He does qualify for pretrial release. Would he prefer?
Just a straight-up bond, Judge.
That's what I thought. Okay, I'll go ahead and, I am finding probable cause on both counts. I'll set count 1 at $1,000 of bond and count 2 is $100. I'll also order that he have, no hostile contact with the victim in this case, and, you're all set, okay? Good
Thank
luck
you,
to you, sir.
Judge. It's
Thank
good to see you.
Good to see you too. Take care. Thanks. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, sir, can you tell me your name?
Tell
Okay. Mr. Taylor, you're here on a charge of trespass. Would the state be willing to allow him to plead to this charge?
Your Honor, may we have 1 second to look at his history?
Sure. Now, he is out on a trespass, but I don't even know if you guys have filed on that yet. Oh, it looks like it's, well, I don't know. It was an arrest.
The state has no objection, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Taylor, would you like to resolve your case today and do a time served, or did you want to have a chance to get out and talk to your attorney?
Yeah,
Which do you prefer?
time served.
The time served? Okay. Can you sign that plea form for me? Do you have a plea form for him? Sir, can you just sign it at the bottom?
Jan, any chance that this could be a global plea?
I don't know because I don't think the state has any information on the one he's out on. I'll just keep that one, but
Okay.
I'll let, and I won't take any action on it
Okay.
because they may not file on it.
I need a pen.
There you go.
Now, are we appointed on this case, Your Honor?
I'm not going to appoint you just to save him some money. Okay, so Mr. Taylor, you signed that plea form. Did you have any questions about any of the rights that are on that form?
No,
Okay, would you like to enter a plea of guilty or no contest?
no contact.
Has anybody forced you or threatened you to enter that plea today?
No,
And sir, do you understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, if you were to enter this plea, that that could subject you to deportation?
yeah,
Okay. Sir, I'm going to accept the plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty. I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you served previously in the Orange County Jail. I am going to assess court costs. The court costs are $273. I'll give you a year to pay that back. Keep in mind, if you don't pay it back in a year, they suspend your driving privilege. So if that's an issue for you, you can always write to me before the year runs out and we'll give you some extra time. Okay, sir, you are all set. They'll take some fingerprints from you in the back, but otherwise you're good to go. Good luck to you, sir. And I'll take no action on the case that he's out on bond on. And I see how it is. Okay. Okay, I have is this Mr. Weir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Weir, let me just verify your date of birth is November 24th of 2000, is that correct? Okay. Sir, I have a couple things, just sort of housekeeping businesses. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. They filed a notice of invocation of your constitutional rights. That means that you don't have to talk to anybody. So if the media calls and tries to talk to you, or somebody else tries to talk to you, you don't have to talk to anybody unless you would like to. I am finding that there's probable cause on these charges based on the armed kidnapping. Because of that charge, your bond is set at none. I will give you a bond on count 2 of $500. Count 3 will be $150. They also added on a resisting an officer without violence. Is that would it have a separate case number? It should, okay. So, I'll go ahead and put count 1 is a $500 bond, count 2 is a $100 bond. Like I said, the Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you on all of those charges. Now, you are currently out on bond in 2020 CF 441AO. I am going to revoke your bond in that case. I will also go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you if they were not previously appointed. Yeah, your pretrial release were the only other conditions of your release while you're in custody. I told you that the public defenders issued an order about whether you wanted to speak to anyone or not. The only person that would not apply to is, I forgot her name, Jordan? I'm sorry, can I see that, David? I apologize, just to get the victim's name. No, not this one. Sorry. Jordan Buffalo. Okay, so that means that even though you're incarcerated in the Orange County Jail, you're still not to have any contact with her. So don't try to call her, send her any cards, letters, or gifts, or have anybody contact her on your behalf. Okay? Okay, sir, you're all set. Thank you. Good luck to you.
Judge, did you address 2 other bonds? Did you see 2 attachments?
Oh,
It's a 441 and a 442.
I'm revoking both.
Okay.
Your Honor, was probable cause found?
Yes, I'm finding probable cause on everything.
Okay, great, thank
Sorry,
you.
Thank you. So on the new charges, I have this, you got the none, and then you got this one. Okay, so that one I set at 500, and this one at 100. And then none on the two. Okay. Okay, good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Matthew Glover.
Okay, Mr. Glover, I have you here on 2 cases. The judge already signed an arrest affidavit finding probable cause. He set your bond at $5,000 on count 1, $1,000 on count 2, for a total of $6,000. I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. On the second case, which is the 2020 CF 2780, I am also finding that there's probable cause. I will keep the bond set at $15,000 on count 1. I'll drop the bond to $100 on count 2. Again, public defender is appointed, probable cause is found. Then I will note that you are currently out on bond in case number 2019 CF 10736, as well as 2019 CF 16991. I am going to revoke your bond in both of those cases. I will appoint, I have Aaron Zielberger and Noah Loretta. I'm assuming those are both public defenders. So you have the PD in both their cases. So Mr. Thompson will make sure that he knows, that they know that I revoked your bond in those cases. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Okay, good morning, sir. What is your name?
Tracy Edwards.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Edwards. I just want to verify your date of birth is March 14th of 1959?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, sir, you are here on a charge of arson. I am finding that there is probable cause. I'm going to keep your bond set at $5,000. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Sir, you are currently out on bond. That's in case number 2020 CF 1459AO. Actually, you're out on an ROR. I am going to revoke that ROR. The public defender's office was previously appointed, and they will remain on that case as well. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. This is mine.
Hi, good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Good morning, Your Honor. Jordan Allen Schwartz.
Okay, Mr. Schwartz, your date of birth, October 8th of 1987?
That is correct.
Okay. So this is a violation of probation that was signed by Judge Bigney based on your DUI. It does have your bond set at none. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Will we give him a VOP date? It's a misdemeanor?
Oh, but he'll be sent for in-jail arraignment.
Okay. So they're going to reset you for an in-jail arraignment with either Judge Carter or Judge Wish, and then you can either try to resolve it then, or if you want to resolve it sooner, you can talk to your attorney, or they'll also talk to you about if you want to set it for a hearing.
Okay. May I speak for 1 second?
There's not much I can do because
Okay.
she signed the bond, so I can't
Understood.
change the bond.
There is no bond.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I didn't know
Oh.
if, that's usually what most people want to talk to me about.
Oh, okay. No, I was actually picked up from a rehabilitation facility, an drug and alcohol program that I was attending.
Okay.
So I was wanting to know if it was possible to be released back into their custody.
You know what I will do? Let's see. How long had you been there?
8 days.
So you're like smack dab in the middle.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And upon hearing the warrant issued for my arrest, I turned myself into the BRC unit.
Okay. What I'll do is, and I'm sure Mr. Thompson will as well, he'll reach out to the public defender assigned to Judge Bigney's division. I'll also let Judge Bigney know and see if we can maybe get you on a docket, maybe Monday or Tuesday, and see if she can talk to you about, if she were able to get you out, is there somebody that would be able to pick you up?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah,
I
then
have
I'll
family.
reach out to Judge Bigney and let her know that you'd like to do that.
I do have a private attorney on the case as well, so I don't think.
Do you want me to not appoint the public defender then? Who's your attorney?
Michael Martinko?
Oh, do you want me to call Mr. Martinko and let
That-
him know?
That would be fabulous.
Okay, let's do that. So I'll take back the, appointment of the public defender.
Thank you.
And when I let Judge Bigney know, I'll let Mr. Martinko know that you're in here and that you'd like to kind of get back to your program and see if he can talk to Judge Bigney
I think
into
that would
doing
be
that.
more productive than.
Yeah, I agree with you completely.
The current
Okay?
state.
Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we're right at noon, so good afternoon, sir. What's your name?
Andrew Bakush?
Bakush. And Mr. Bakush, were you born on July 9th of 1987?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is a capias for a failure to appear for a violation of probation. I can't really do anything to it. It's got a $2,000 bond. Did you want me to appoint the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I will go ahead and do that, and then they will probably give you another VOP date if you bond out. If you stay in jail, they'll give you an arraignment date in jail, okay?
Yeah. So if I stay in, will
Then you'll see one
the
of the-
new date be coming up sooner, or? I was hoping to get on a docket quick.
A misdemeanor VOP it could be up to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
She don't have nothing set yet.
Let me see, it's division, is this 80 with Shoemaker? My assumption is if you get out of jail, they'll give you the April 17th date. If you stay in jail, it'll be sooner. I just can't tell you how soon.
Better 3 weeks if you stay in jail.
It could be up to 3 weeks.
But you can
Okay.
always contact your attorney and tell them that you want to resolve it sooner, and they can get with the state attorney and try to resolve it quicker than that.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping to do. I was hoping to resolve it sooner.
He'll give you the information. You can always polycom your attorney and talk to them.
Okay,
Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
thank you.
Hi, good morning, sir. What's your name?
Arnold Below.
Okay, Mr. Below, were you born on March 29th of 1962?
Yes.
Okay. So I do show that you're here on a trespassing charge. Was this something that you wanted to possibly resolve today?
As long as I can get out today.
Well, I can do a couple things. I can either let you resolve your case, and we could maybe do like a time served, or I can let you out on a pretrial release and let you talk to an attorney and come back later to resolve it.
I'll do a time serve.
You'd like to do that?
Yes.
Would the state be acceptable with that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, sir, Mr. Thompson's going to hand you the plea form. If you could sign it down there at the bottom for me. I'm not going to appoint the public defender since he's entering a plea. I am finding there's probable cause. And then, sir, you sign the plea form. If you can hand that back. Okay, perfect. And then did you have any questions about any of the rights that are on this form?
No.
And did you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest?
No contest.
Sir, has anyone forced you or threatened you to do that today?
No.
And do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entering a plea today could subject you to deportation?
Yes.
Okay. Sir, I'm going to go ahead and accept your plea. I will adjudicate you guilty. I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you served previously and assess court cost. Those court costs are the $273. I'll give you a year to pay that back. If you don't pay it back in a year, they'll try to suspend your driver's license. So if that's a concern for you, you can always write to me and I'll give you some more time. Okay, sir, you're all set. They'll take some fingerprints from you and then they'll let you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, good afternoon, ma'am. What is your name?
Angelique Claude.
And Miss Claude, were you born on August 19th in 1977?
Yes.
Okay. So I have you here for a couple of charges. This was an arrest warrant signed by Judge Kess, therefore he found probable cause in signing the arrest warrant. He did also previously set your bonds. It's count 1 is $2,500, count 2 is $1,000, count 3 is $200, count 4 is $200, count 5 is $200, count 6 is $200. I'm going to leave your bond set at that amount, and I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Okay? You're all set, ma'am. Thank you.
I would just wait until the attorney, the fact that the case comes to talk to you.
Judge, you only had 6 charges on that case?
I just counted what's in that case.
Because I'm seeing more than 6.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm sorry, I didn't see the numbers. So, yeah.
Okay.
So 1 and 2, and then 3 has 2 counts. Count 4 has 1 count. Count 5 has 3 counts. Count 6 has 3 counts. I just left it the way he left it on the docket. So the total amount, well, then he spread it out more as 10, he has 11 counts. Okay, so I have 2,500, 1,000, 200, 200, 200 for everything else, for a total of 5,300. Okay, okay, thank you. Okay, good afternoon, ma'am. What is your name?
Powell?
Ms. Powell, were you born March 1st of 1978?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Powell, this is a failure to appear warrant for sentencing that was in February. Your bond has been set at none. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office if they were not previously appointed. Okay, you're all set.
There you
Thank
go.
you. Okay, good afternoon, sir. You're David Truesdale?
Yes, ma'am.
And sir, were you born July 5th of 1989?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, sir, this is a violation of probation that Judge Bell signed. She has set your bond at none. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And they will get you an in-jail arraignment date as soon as possible. Okay? Thank you. Switching gears. Okay, and ma'am, what is your name?
Iris Albelo?
And Ms. Abello, were you born on August 24th of 1953?
Yes.
Okay. So, ma'am, I do find that you're here on a charge of battery domestic violence related. I am finding probable cause. Now, so, without telling me any of the facts of the case, the way I understand it, Orlando Vargas is your
My brother-in-law?
your brother-in-law. Okay, that was what I knew it was in-law, but I wasn't sure. So, he lives at that Peachwood Lane address, correct?
Yes.
And that's where you live?
Yes.
Do you have someplace else that you can live for a little bit?
I could stay with my son.
Okay, okay. Is that why she doesn't qualify, just because we?
We didn't have any emergency contacts to verify community ties.
Okay. If she can get in touch with her son and show that that's where she's gonna live, would that work? Okay. So what I'll do, Ms. Albello, is if you can give pretrial release some information about your son, and they can get in contact with him and verify that you'll live with him, I'll release you on pretrial release. If they can't do that, I'll keep your bond at $500. But both are gonna have conditions that you not have any contact with your brother-in-law. Obviously, that means you can't go back to the home that you share with him. If you do need to get some items, I will allow you to go back one time with law enforcement officers so that you can retrieve those items.
Okay.
Yes.
Actually, we should know her son first, last name, phone number while she's here.
Sure. Can you tell us your son's first name and last name?
Jose Cruz?
Jose Cruz?
Yes.
Do you happen to know his phone number?
Yes.
Okay.
It's 407-675-7583.
3.
7583.
Okay.
Okay, you're all set. Good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, good afternoon. Can you tell me your name?
Austin.
And what's your last name?
Dees.
And were you born on April 6th of 1998?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So,
Your Honor, would you have any, an objection to an R warrant in this case? It appears that he has, no criminal convictions in or out of state.
without the victim being present, I would do a PTR.
Okay. You want pretrial, please? You want pretrial, please?
Maybe I could go home?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have a job and stuff to go to, and
Do we have a bond or pretrial release, Your Honor?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
No, it's, if you don't qualify for pretrial release, you at least have to go on so you can get out of jail. I know.
So I can't tell, so Mr. Deeds, without telling me anything about the facts of the case, do you and Ms. McCrimmon live together?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so if I issue a no contact order, that's not gonna be an issue for you? You don't have any reason to see her?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so here's what I'll do, sir. I'll go ahead, I am finding probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office. I'll set your bond at either $500 or pretrial release. The conditions are, though, that you're not to have any contact with Ms. McCrimmon. Now, keep in mind that no contact order is held by you, so if she decides all of a sudden that she wants to have contact with you, make sure you get with your attorney to get the order changed, otherwise you're the one that ends up back in jail.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? You are all set. You're all set. Okay? Thank you. Keep trying to tell me the paperwork.
If you qualify, so, yeah, that's right.
This chair like shifts forward. Sir, what's your name?
My name's Joshua Goldberg, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Goldberg, is your date of birth April 24th of 2001?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I believe this is Miss Sophie, is it Pisano?
Yes,
ma'am. Okay. Miss Pisano, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm that you will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay. So ma'am, in these types of cases, I normally issue no contact orders to protect you. You being here, though, you have every right to tell me what's going on. Do you want him to have contact with you, or?
Yes, I do want contact.
Okay. Are you concerned about your safety at all?
No, ma'am.
Okay. If I issue a no hostile contact order, that would mean that you just can't fight or argue. If he gets mad at you for whatever reason, you always have the right to call the police.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, Mr. Goldberg, I will do this. I'm gonna go ahead and find that you, there is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You do qualify for pretrial release. That way you don't have to post a monetary bond. So I'll go ahead and release you on pretrial release. The only condition is that you have no hostile contact with, Sophie.
Yes, ma'am, of course.
Okay.
Your Honor, would you have any objection to an ROR in this case? He has 0 criminal history. And as it seems that I don't anticipate that this case is going to make it to trial or anything, Your Honor. It seems like this might be the first time he's actually ever been arrested as well.
I believe so. Do you guys go to school together?
We went to high school together.
You went to high school together? Okay. Where's Fleming, Florida?
You know where Jacksonville is? It's
Yeah.
like in Orange Park, like in that area.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead, I'll change it to an ROR. Mr. Goldberg, let me tell you this, though. You're not gonna be monitored by anybody, but that being said, please make sure you come to all your court dates. If you miss any of your court dates, the judge is gonna revoke the ROR, and the bond will automatically pop up to $2,000,
Yes, ma'am.
okay?
Will this be like on my record?
The arrest will be on your record, whether it gets charged and all that, we just have to wait and see.
All right.
Okay? You're all set, sir, okay? Good luck to you.
All right, go ahead. Just read it.
Hi, good afternoon, sir. Are you Joseph Martin?
Yes, Your Honor.
And were you born on January 2nd of 1988?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, get into this real quick. So, sir, this is a capias that was issued for violation of a domestic violence injunction. The bond on this has already been set at none. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you if they were not previously appointed, and then we'll get you onto a docket as soon as we can, okay?
Okay, so there's no bond being issued?
Correct.
Okay,
Is that because, hold on, let me just look, because,
I've had no contact with the victim, Your Honor.
well, don't tell me anything about the
I'm sorry.
facts. Let me just, Ms. Skelton, the way I'm understanding this, because all I have is the capias. So he's not out on bond, right? This is like an actual, a new charge. Yes? Okay. So I think it's no bond because of the way it's domestic, but he's technically entitled to a bond. Ms. Skelton, if you pull this case up, the 2020, what's it show in your system? Does it show anything?
It's not currently, Your Honor. If I may have a second to...
Sure.
That's a domestic case. He violated his injunction.
Okay. So yeah.
I'm seeing, it just says, Your Honor, that it's a violation of a domestic injunction and a capias on 1/10/2020.
Okay, so it's one that was direct filed. That's why it's got a no bond. Okay, so you are entitled to a bond, so I just want to make sure I got that right. So I will go ahead, let's see, possession of marijuana. I'll go ahead and set the bond at $500. Just you need to continue to abide by the no contact order, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi, good afternoon. Are you Jessica Mitchell?
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Mitchell, is your date of birth February 17th of 1975?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I guess they did try to reach out to Mr., is it McGrosky? McGrosky, but the phone number was not in service. The two of you do not live together?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so here's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and release you onto a straight pretrial release. You're gonna go through pretrial release, but I do want to make sure that you not have any contact with Mr. McGrosky.
Okay.
Obviously, that's not gonna be an issue at first. If you change your mind or he changes his mind, just make sure you understand you're the one that holds the no contact order. So you're the one that's gonna go back to jail if you violate it.
Yes, ma'am.
I will appoint the public defender's office and I am finding probable cause.
Your Honor,
Okay?
could you also set a bond too? 'Cause-
Sure, I'll set a bond of $500.
There you
So I'll do or $500 or pretrial release.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Okay, good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon, sir. You are not Catherine. Hold on.
She refused, Your Honor.
She refused?
I would waive her appearance, Your Honor.
Okay. So I will go ahead and note that this is a warrant that was signed by Judge Kest, finding probable cause. He did set her bond in the amount of $2,000. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent her, and we waived her appearance. How about Christian Battles?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Battles, were you born on September 22nd of 1998?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Mr. Battles, it does appear that you would qualify for pretrial release. I'm going to go ahead and find that there's probable cause. We'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I'll release you, how about I'll do it this way? I'll either do the $3,500 bond or straight pretrial release. The condition of pretrial release, other than their standard conditions, would be that you not return back to that location. Okay?
Which location is that?
Where you got arrested? Do you need to go back there?
No, that's just where I go to church, around there. But I don't have to go back, that's fine.
Okay, okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Leonardo Delgado?
Yes, ma'am.
And sir, were you born on July 20th of 1991?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, Mr. Delgado, you are here on... So they charged it as a felony. It does appear that the state might be able to prove this as a felony. Regardless, I am going to find that there's probable cause. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Sir, you also qualify for pretrial release. So we'll go ahead and release you onto pretrial release. That'll let you get out without having to post a bond. And the only condition I will impose is you not return back to that Wawa on Curry Ford. Okay? Good
Your
luck
Honor,
to you.
could you also set a bond just in case he
Sure.
does,
I'll
something happens?
I'll keep the bond set at $1,000. We'll do or.
Okay.
Okay? Good afternoon. Are you Miss Edwards?
Yes.
And Miss Edwards, were you born on September 7th of 1983?
Yes.
Okay. So, Miss Edwards, it looks like you also qualify for pretrial release. Here's what I will do. I will go ahead and find that there's probable cause. I will either set your bond at $15,000 on count 1
You said 15?
It's 15,000, yeah. 250 on count 2, 100 on count 3, or I'll have you do pretrial release. Now, if you do pretrial release, you don't have to post any of the monetary bond, but you do have to abide by the conditions that they impose. The other one that I will impose is that you not possess or consume any controlled substances, illegal controlled substances. Okay? So I'll appoint the public defender and you can decide how you want to get out. Okay?
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
How do I decide that?
How do you decide that? It kind of depends on whether or not you have somebody that can post that monetary bond, or if you'd rather try to do pretrial release. They've already screened you, so you do qualify. So it's just really for you to make that decision.
When do I make that decision?
Where?
Where, when?
Downstairs.
Downstairs.
Oh, okay,
Okay? Okay. Good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you.
thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Richard Herbert.
And Mr. Herbert, you are here on so they have 2 counts for 2 separate incidents. I am finding that there's probable cause. I am going to go ahead and I'll keep your bond set at 1,000 on count 1 and 150 on count 2. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. However, Mr. Herbert, I am going to note that you are currently out on bond in case number 2020 MM 980A0. I am going to revoke that bond and set it at none, but you do have the public defender's office appointed to represent you. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Okay, ma'am, what is your name?
Maisa Jones.
Okay, and Miss Jones, I just want to make sure. You were born on July 15th of 1987?
Correct.
Okay. So you are here on a charge of methamphetamines. I am finding that there's probable cause. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I'll go ahead and keep your bond set at $1,000 on that case. That being said, you are currently out on bond in case number 2019 CF 12492AO.
Y'all, have you heard us the out on bond charges?
Yeah.
Looking at the charges in the history, it seems indicative of a person with a substance abuse problem, which we would be trying to find her help once it's transferred downtown. I would ask you not to take any action on out on bond charges or to revoke and set new bonds, Your Honor. So it could allow her an opportunity to try to bail out of the Orange County Jail.
I was going to.
Well, my concern is that she's gonna bond out and just go right back to doing what she was doing, which isn't really helpful. Certainly if she's in jail and you guys can find some help for her and then get into Division 22 and see if we can help her with that, I would prefer to do that. So I certainly understand where you're coming from. I just don't think letting her out is really solving the problem. So I am going to revoke her bonds in 2019 CF 12492 and 11994. That's actually an ROR, and I'll set the bonds at none. She does have the public defender's office, Ms. Zubkin, so they can certainly reach out and try to find her a place to stay. Okay? Good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you.
I'll contact, I know your attorney, I'll contact her and let her know that they revoked your bonds.
Okay, good afternoon, sir. What is your name?
Dylan Law.
And Mr. Law, were you born on October 22nd of 1989?
Yes.
Okay. So, sir, it looks like you're here on 2 charges. I am finding that there's probable cause. I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'll keep the bond set at $3,500 on count 1 and $100 on count 2. And you are all set, okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
What was the fine?
Was, it's a, is this dealing law, Your Honor?
Yes.
That's just a failure to appear. You got a bunch of them. Those are the charges right there. So someone from my office will be getting in contact with you. So they take that in the meantime, read it.
Okay, good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Joseph Mitchell.
And Mr. Mitchell, were you born December 18th of 1985?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, Judge Kess signed off on the warrant on this. It is for a charge of sale and delivery. He set your bond at $10,000. I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Good afternoon, sir. What is your name?
Marshall Ruth.
Okay, Mr. Ruth, and just for clarification, you were born January 23rd of 1981?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, sir, this is a warrant that was signed previously by Judge Shea. He determined that there was probable cause. He did set your bond amount in the amount of $2,500. I'll take no action on the case that you're out on bond on, okay? So,
Okay.
sir, just don't get in any more trouble.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Okay, sir, can you tell me your name?
Eric Samuel Svenson, ma'am.
Okay, sir, and were you born May 21st of 1963?
Yes, ma'am, I was.
Okay, excellent. So, sir, I do find that there's probable cause on this charge. Did you want the Public Defender's Office appointed to represent you?
Please.
Okay, we'll go ahead and do that. I will
Ma'am.
go ahead and keep your bond set at $1,000.
Your Honor, despite my previous legal advice, my client would like to address the court.
Okay?
I have osteomyelitis in my spine, Your Honor. I'd like to be released so I go to the hospital, ma'am, because I'm in real grave. I have serious pain. I have osteomyelitis in my back. I've had it for 6 months.
Okay. Well, sir, I worked out here for a year, and I happen to know that the facilities are downstairs are almost that of like ORMC. And if they don't have anything that they need, they will take you to ORMC
Okay,
directly.
well, thank you very much, ma'am.
Okay?
Yes,
Good luck
ma'am.
to you, sir. Deshaun Wood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Wood, were you born May 1st of 2001?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Your Honor, I'd like to be heard as to bond when I get an opportunity to.
Okay. So, Mr. Wood, you're here on 2 charges. One is a felony and one is a misdemeanor. He does qualify for pretrial release.
I was gonna ask for RORs to all charges, and my argument is, Your Honor, he's 18, has no history whatsoever. Reading the arrest affidavit, the car wasn't his, so it may be like a knowledge element, that's a trial issue for later on. Your Honor, I would ask that he would release ROR as to all charges, and if you don't find that appropriate, we would ask for the pretrial release and a bond, Your Honor, or a bond, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Mr. Wood, don't tell me anything about the facts of what happened, but you live in Apopka. Do you go to Apopka High School?
Yes, ma'am.
What year are you?
Ma'am?
What year are you?
2020.
I'm sorry?
Are you a senior? too?
Senior?
I'm a senior.
Senior?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Do you play any sports?
No, ma'am.
No? Oh, because it's a gun. Do you know what your GPA is?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
And the car that he was driving was not his, Your Honor,
Okay.
allegedly.
I would normally agree with you, except for the firearm part. The firearm part concerns me a little for a straight ROR, but I'll definitely release him on a PTR.
Okay.
So, sir, here's what I'll do. I'll keep the bond either set at 2,750 on the concealed firearm, and then the no valid driver's license, I'll actually reduce that down to $100. Or you can do a straight pretrial release. Okay? I have appointed the public defender's office, and we are finding probable cause. Okay? Good luck
Thank you,
to you,
Your
sir.
Honor.
Thank you. They're sneaky. So I'll do 20. Well, I wondered why that norm. No, let's do count one at. So going back on the monetary amounts for Mr. Wood, it looks like there were 2 counts of carrying a concealed firearm. I'll do count one at, let's do 2,600, and count 2 is at 150. So it still comes out to 2,750.
Try to play it out. I'm trying to play it out. No. You want to try to resolve it today and get it over with?
How about Rachel Murillo? Bonded? Excellent. Would this be Bradley Joseph Stevens? Bonded. Excellent. How about Anthony Rivera?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you Mr. Rivera?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Rivera, were you born on October 8th in 1970?
No, it was November 8th, 1970.
November 8th of 1970? Okay. So, Mr. Rivera, let me ask you a question. Is this something that you would like to try to resolve today? Or
Yes,
did
Your
you-
Honor.
Yeah? Did the state have an offer, or?
Your Honor, if the state may have a moment.
Sure. If we gave him an adjudication, would you be okay with time served? It looks like he'd have 2 days.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, sir, if we adjudicate you guilty, and then you would get 2 days and you would get out today, would you like to do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
On your releasing.
Okay. If you could just sign a plea form for me. She gave you a pen, and then there's a plea form. Based on that, I'm not going to appoint the public defender. We'll save you some money on that end.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so Mr. Rivera, you signed the plea form. Any questions about any of the rights that are on the form?
No.
And did
I
you-
get released today, though?
Yep, you would get released today.
Well, you know what I say? God bless you and thank you.
Okay, did you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest?
No contest for you then.
And did anyone force you to do that today?
No, ma'am.
And you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entering this plea may subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, sir, like I said, we'll adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for the 2 days that you served previously in the Orange County Jail, and assess court costs. You'll be released on this charge and this charge only. And then they're going to take some fingerprints from you. I am going to order that you pay the court cost. If you can't pay the court cost off in a year, you can always write to me if you need extra time. Otherwise, they'll try to suspend your license if that's an issue for you. Okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
Good luck to you, sir.
I
Thank you.
appreciate you. You have a good, God bless you.
Thank you. Michael Compton? He refused.
I'll waive his appearance, Your Honor.
Okay. So it looks like,
Where the last judge said. You're not doing anything today, just, it's probably gonna be no bond, we gotta see.
Okay, I will go ahead and find, oh, I don't need to. Probable cause was already determined previously by the judge that signed the warrant. Looks like Judge Kest. I will also keep all of the bonds set. So count 1 is 3,500, count 2 is 1,000, count 3 is 3,500, count 4 is 1,000, count 5 is 3,500, count 6 is 1,000. And then he's also not to have any contact with any victim. And I'll appoint the public defender's office. Sir, what's your name?
Christian Delgadici, Your Honor.
Okay. And Mr. Delgadici?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And were you born March 7th of 1994?
Yes, ma'am, I was.
Okay. So, sir, you are here on a warrant that was signed by Judge Traver before he left us back in August. He has set the bond at none. I am going to go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and they will get some information to you, okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Turn this out to the case, we're gonna come copy. They'll just read it.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Okay, Kenneth Johnson?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Johnson, is your date of birth January 1st of 1961?
That's right.
Okay. Well, normally, I would see if we could resolve one of the cases, but because you're on probation, I don't want to do that. So let's do...
Y'all, is this charge, is this an on-view violation? Is this what's violating his probation, this?
No.
Okay.
It looks like, oh, actually, yes. Is this an on-view? Yeah, this is an on-view violation of probation.
And is the VOP set at 0?
Yep.
Your Honor, I would ask for the court to exercise their discretion in setting a bond on the VOP. Usually when it comes to these kinds of charges, that one is violating his probation is usually because a person is transient and they just need somewhere to go, Your Honor. I would ask the court to exercise discretion in setting a bond.
I don't think he's transient. Mr. Johnson, do you still live at the Dorcas Court address?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
But sometimes, you know, it means,
No,
yeah.
believe me, I know.
If it was like another crime, Your Honor, like a burglary or a petty theft, I wouldn't be making this argument.
Sir, you've been on probation since 2017?
Yes, ma'am.
Have they ever violated your probation before?
I had a open container. That was it.
And then what'd they do, just dismiss it and put you back on probation?
Right.
Okay.
And Your Honor, honestly, they'll probably do the same thing on this one.
They're gonna do the same thing. Yes, sir.
Okay. Here's what I'll do, sir. I'm gonna go ahead and, first of all, let's appoint the public defender's office on everything. On the city ordinance violation, I'm gonna set your bond at $100. On the violation of probation, I'll set your bond at $500. Okay? So you think you'll be able to get out?
A couple $100, right?
It's $600. If somebody can help you, all they gotta do is put up 10%.
No. I can, but I don't know.
Your Honor,
How about, let's do this. I'll set $100, if I do $100 on each, would you be able to do that? Actually, here, let's do this. I'll do $100 on the VOP and I'll ROR you on the city ordinance. So you only gotta pay $100 to get out. You think you can do that, sir?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that.
all right, so, and if you can't, I'll put you in contact with you.
Okay.
All right.
You gotta sign that?
All right, we got something.
Okay. Lorenzo Johnson? Is that you, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
And sir, were you born on February 19th of 1991?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I have VOPs here. Looks like there's two on 2019 CF 4249. This is one Judge Whitehead signed. He set your bond at none. And then there's also another one, a 2019 CF 8842. This one also has no bond, but we'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you on both cases. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Nicholas McCarty?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. McCarty, is your date of birth January 30th of 1973?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it looks like Judge Roach signed a violation of probation warrant in December. She has set your bond at none. I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
And if it's a felony, you should be in court in the next 10 days or so.
So the next case I have was Tara Quinlivan. Okay, so we did put on there that Judge LeBlanc had reduced her bond, so she was able to bond out. So that's good. How about, what is your name, sir?
Michael Carlos Rosado, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so sir, it looks like you're here regarding a violation of probation. Give me 1 second. So let's first talk about, there's some cases that are for out of county, out of Hillsborough County.
Yes, ma'am.
Those do have bonds.
Yes, and I posted the bond too.
Yeah, but you gotta hold, so just make sure, so you have the bonds on that, and then, why are they violating you? DOC filed it, okay. So what happened, sir, is because of the arrest warrants for the charges out of Hillsborough County, your probation officer violated your probation that you're currently on here in Orange County.
Yes, ma'am.
So that bond's been set at none. Now, that also being said, it looks like you're out on bond on another case. I'm not gonna take any action on that since that's from June. But I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you on the VOP.
There's no way I could get a bond. If I could bond out on all of them, I'll be able to bond out tonight if I get a bond, ma'am. I just want to see my kids.
I can't, sir. You're on probation, so your bond's been set at none. Okay? But talk to your public defender. They can try to get you a bond hearing.
All right.
Okay?
All right, then, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ma'am, what's your name? Okay, Ms. Schaefer, were you born January 8th of 1984? Okay, ma'am, Judge Mark has signed a violation of probation warrant, or I'm sorry, she signed it for Judge Harris. Either way, they have set your bond at none on the violation of probation. I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Okay, good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you.
You're probably in court with, what's that,
That's okay.
within 10 days.
Okay, good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Gregory Allen Heiss, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Heiss, it looks like you're here on a city ordinance of disorderly conduct. Is that something that you might want to resolve today, or did you just want to try to get out of jail and talk to your attorney and resolve it later?
I would like to get it resolved today.
Okay. If I were to do an adjudication in time served, would you be okay with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
let's
you
do
are.
that then. Okay, so Mr. Heist, you did sign the plea form. Did you have any questions about any of the rights that are on that form?
No, ma'am.
And did you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
And sir, has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter your plea today?
No, Your Honor, they have not.
And you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entering a plea today could subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm going to adjudicate you guilty. I will give you credit for the 2 days that you served previously in the Orange County Jail and assess court cost. Since this is a city case, the court costs are $223. I'll give you a year to pay that back. If you don't pay it off in a year, they'll try to suspend your license. If that's an issue for you, you can always write to me and I'll give you some extra time to pay it off. Okay, sir, they'll go ahead and you'll probably be released shortly. Okay?
Thank you,
Good luck
Your
to you,
Honor.
sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
And I didn't appoint the public defender. Good afternoon, sir. Are you Mr. Sanders?
Yes, ma'am.
And sir, were you born November 23rd of 1959?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, you are also here on a disorderly conduct charge. It's a city ordinance. If we were to do an adjudication in time served, would you want to resolve that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If you could sign a plea form for me just down there at the bottom. And Mr. Sanders, you signed the plea form. Any questions about any of the rights that are on that form?
No, ma'am.
And did you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest?
No contest.
Sir, has anyone forced you or threatened you to do that today?
No, ma'am.
You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entering a plea today could subject you to deportation.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, I will go ahead and adjudicate you guilty. I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you served previously in the Orange County Jail and assess court costs. The court costs are $223. I'll give you a year to pay that back. Like I said, if you don't pay it off in a year, they'll try to suspend your license. So just write to me before that year runs out if you're concerned about that. You're all set, sir. Good luck to you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
And last but not least, Mr. Schutz.
Yes, ma'am.
And sir, were you born on October 28th of 1956?
Yes, ma'am.
So sir, you're also here on a city ordinance for an alcoholic beverage open container. Did you want to try to resolve it with a time served plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If you could sign a plea form for me right down there at the bottom. On all of these where they're plain, I'm not appointing the public defender. So, Mr. Schutz, you signed the plea form. Any questions about the rights on the form?
No, ma'am.
And do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest?
No contest.
Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter your plea today?
No, ma'am.
And you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entering this plea could subject you to deportation.
No, ma'am.
So I'll accept the plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for the 2 days that you previously served. I'll release you from this charge. There are the court costs of $223. I'll give you a year to pay it back. If it's not paid off in a year, they'll try to suspend your license. If that's an issue for you, just write to me before that year runs out. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Okay, that's everything that I had for this afternoon. We will be adjourned till tomorrow morning.